LANFest and everyone for putting it on here. So we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Oh, all right. 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Neutopia, and this is like a Zelda type clone. So it's very similar to Zelda 1. A lot of the gameplay is going to resemble it. Like a lot of the items are going to be similar. There'll be a point where I get like a ladder that's similar to Zelda 1, and a lot of the game mechanics in general are very close to the original Zelda. So this is on the Turbo graphics. So it's, not a lot of people know about it. Here we're going to mash 9 text boxes and then press the number 2 button. There's, instead of like A and B buttons, it's 1 and 2. And then there's the, there's like a run, instead of start, it's called the run button. So we're going to go right into here. This is a safety cave. I wouldn't normally do this on a PB pace. But this gives us 4 bombs and a medicine. So that medicine, you could use it any time. There's one use of it, similar to Zelda 1, where you have like 2 different, you could have 2 fills of medicine, and that's 1 right there. So we're going to go pick up the fire wand is basically the first objective here. If I wasn't going in that safety cave, I'd be farming these scorpions to try to get a bomb drop. But because I went in there, I'm going to have that for a marathon. And so right here, if you kill this enemy, push this bottom right rock right there, we get into this cave. This is where you get the fire wand. It's completely busted like throughout the game. It's not as powerful in the second game. There's a Neutopia 2, but this one right here, it basically, your health meter determines what that fire wand's going to do. So as you gain more health units in the game, it's going to increase the, like there's going to be intervals of different uses of the fire wand. Right now we're going to have a boomerang type fire attack. And later on we're going to get a column fire, and then we're going to get the good fire, which is going to completely like break open the game here. So I'm going out of my way here to get this vitality, so it gives me 1 more health unit, and that's because of the uses of the fire rod basically. And then another thing is when I turn around like that, I'm getting a damage boost, but I'm getting boosted the opposite, like away from where I got hit right there. So that refilled my health right there after I just took a damage boost, and then I got another unit of health there. So here's the fire wad. Basically, right now it's gonna like shoot out, and then it's gonna come back to me. I can get up to 2 on screen at a time. And we're gonna be entering into crypt number 2, which is out of order of how you would do this casually. Normally you would go into crypt 1 and then crypt 2. So we're going into the first dungeon here. So here's like the first room where the fire wand really like comes into play, because you need to kill these 4 enemies. You hope for a ring drop that I didn't get, but I'll talk about the ring drop if it comes up. These enemies can drop the ring as well. and they didn't. But a lot of these rooms in the dungeons, like, okay, kill all the enemies, and then the door opens up. So this room, I got to kind of like go in the center and hit those 4 bats. Right there, that's a cherry drop, and that gives you 1 like unit of health. It's pretty like uncommon in this game that you get a health drop. I was you want a bomb drop from those enemies. They're optional to kill. You don't need to kill them, but you'd like this. Like if you do kill them, you want to see a bomb drop because I'm trying to get at least 1 in this dungeon. My bomb count's at 2 right now. So right here is the reason why we come into Crypt 2 first. This chest contains a sword upgrade, so it gives us more damage with our sword. That's the bronze sword that we just picked up, and I also just picked up a time stop right there, which like freezes all the enemies, identical to Zelda 1. Right there I got a bomb drop, which is really good. And there was a second one right here. I still haven't gotten a ring drop yet. These enemies can drop it, but we'll see if we can get one. I need one by the Crypt 6. So I'm getting crazy bomb drops, which that one I was like unnecessary. I didn't need it, but okay. Here comes the first boss. So you hit it 6 times, then you hit it 5 times right there. To get the 2 cycle, which is the best you can do with that fight right there. So this is a 100% speed run, so I have to come into this cave right here to get something that allows you to save the game. It's a book that lets you save in certain areas in the game. It's definitely unnecessary for any percent speed run, but for the 100% category, we have to get all the upgrades, a full set of health containers, which we actually skip 1 because we already have the full health amount, so we can skip the one that's in Dungeon 7. But here I'm heading on over to Crypt number 1, and then we're going to be sent to another sphere. This game has 4 spheres. It has the land sphere, earth sphere, sea sphere, and then the sky sphere. So it has like 4 like quadrants of the game. So after you beat 2 crypts in every sphere, like it advances you to the next one, and then it finally like it opens up the final boss fight of the game. There's not really a whole lot of glitches or anything, so like there's not like, you know, Zelda 1 like screen scrolling and all that. So it's pretty much a glitchless run. There's like not really any major things found on this game yet. So this is the Belfry room. I got like really bad luck there because that bat went to the left on me. You want to like do that room like really smoothly and then push that block without like having to go back and fight bats, but that one like completely got out of my way though. So I'm still looking for a ring drop, like that's kind of like the main thing I'm looking for right now. These enemies can drop it, and they didn't. And then this enemy, like, being on the left there is not good, because I have to go out of the way to kill him. You want him to be, like, on your way to getting that shield. Alright. Okay, so I missed that last bomb hit there. You want to get like a really quick cycle where you hit him once and then you hit him with 4 bombs there. And it does 7. He has like 17 health basically, and the one hit gives him 1 damage, and then the bombs do 4 damage each. So you want the timing was a little bit off there, so that somehow he didn't get hit. But that's all right. So here we're ending the Earth Sphere here. So if I didn't get hit there, I would have had column fire, but because I took damage, I'm gonna have the boomerang again. It's really hard to like enter the next dungeon without taking damage. So, like, this is a pretty lengthy overworld here in the next crypt. Just want to give a shout out to NorthWest SpeedFest. If we have any donations, like, feel free to read them off at any time.
I'll try my best. My throat's shot, but we do have a $10 donation saying, absolutely love seeing this game being run in a live marathon. Good luck, Green Bomber, on the rolling deep run.
Rolling.
That was hard. That was hard for me.
It's hard to get that.
You gotta appreciate that. I tried for you.
That decimal there with a scratchy throat, but
I
appreciate it.
Vanny Van.
Yeah, Vonnie. Yeah, he's the previous world record holder of this run. Was able to do a run for retro speed runs, and he commentated for that, and we'd had a blast on that run. I'm getting a little bit wrecked here, but it's not the worst thing. I probably just lost the boomerang fire right there, but I'll probably be able to manage here. So yeah, because right there, when I shoot the fire out, it fizzles, so that's weaker than the boomerang fire. It doesn't come back to me either. So it takes about 5 of those instead of 3 of the boomerangs, so it's taking a little bit longer here to clean up some of the enemies, but I should be fine through this dungeon. There's a room I need to go through coming up where I need to kind of damage boost, unless I get a good pattern. It's right here. And then this is an armor upgrade. Okay. And so I'm going to have to make it through the rest of the dungeon, like, with 2 units of health. It's not too scary. I do have a potion if I need it. But I'm going to try not to use it in this dungeon. I'm going to try to save it for Crypt 6, which is much more deadly. Ooh. Okay. I might want to just use that potion. So that's the column fire right there when you have as much health as I have. So it one-shots these slimes, which is really good because once you hit them, they like go into they break into little slimes. So, with the diminished fire that I was kind of using a little bit ago, you can hit them with that and then a sword, and that kills them. And they won't break up as well. But yeah, I didn't really want to use that medicine there. It should be fine. I'm pretty confident with the late game stuff, but because I usually don't have medicine anyway, but we'll see how that goes. So this is the centipede right here. You got to hit the tail 12 times to kill that boss right there. Like anything else you hit on the boss, it doesn't affect him, so you're aiming for the tail. So I want to try to keep my column fire for this next dungeon. So I'm trying like not to take damage if possible. And it's kind of going to be a theme is basically I don't want to take damage to maintain the fire, like the better fire. In 2 more, like after this dungeon and the next one, you get what's called the good fire. And you want to maintain that as much as you can throughout the game. It's going to be like necessary for a quick kill. So if I lose it, I'll basically need a medicine or something to get health to be able to kill off that boss quickly. This is Crypt 3. We're doing it out of order. This one's pretty quick. There's a shield upgrade here that we need, and then we just need the boss key, and then there's a gargoyle, and the quick kill on him is really like fun to do. So. So I definitely lost the column fire there. Not the worst thing. Okay, and I gotta push a block right there. So we picked up the moonbeam moss earlier, which is basically like a candle in Zelda 1. It lights up the whole room, so I have that. I could light these rooms up by using that item, but it's slower to menu over to it and use it, so you'll be seeing me basically go through these dark rooms for the rest of the game that kind of come up in these dungeons. And some, like a lot of them have blocks placed throughout them. So that was a really good quick kill there. I don't have a ring right now, and I'm heading into Crypt 6, which is like the hard. So casually, this next section of the game is by far like the hardest. And what the ring does, I haven't got it yet, but what the ring does is if you use it, it turns all the enemies on a screen to like weaker enemies. So I don't have it, but so I'll have to fight some of these Wizroads, which is pretty close to Zelda 1. Like how brutal Dungeon 6 is in Zelda 1 with all the Wizroads. This one, like they don't disappear, but they shoot out these beams, and they're like really tough to deal with, so I'll probably have to deal with it. Without the ring, but I should be good. I don't have an extra medicine. There is a medicine drop in that dungeon if it gets really bad. But this could, like, this section right here has killed a lot of my runs, like, recently that are on world record pace. So I'll be, like, cruising through here, and then the game gets, like really difficult because you basically, like, you got to do this section. The next section, you can't lose any health at all, and then you can't lose any health at all in the section after that. So you have to, like, go pretty much damageless from after this dungeon, plus this this section right here is like really brutal. So right here, this guy gives us the boots. It's going to increase our movement speed. So we're going to be rolling deep with the movement here. Yeah. But basically, like, I want to try not to take a lot of damage because I need to use a damage boost strat on the boss, which I just basically found a way to kill this next boss that's faster than the task was doing. So it's like a crazy strat, and I'm hoping I get to pull it off. My PB didn't do it because I found it after the PB I just got. Alright, so this is Crypt 6. This is where, like, things get real. I still don't have a ring. Those slugs can drop rings as well, but they haven't. So I pushed a block there that you couldn't see. I needed to kill all those enemies to be able to push the block. And the same in this room here. That's why I killed the Helmas. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, still didn't get a ring. So this room's gonna be really hard. Yeah, what I'll probably end up doing at this point is getting the medicine in this dungeon, because that was like not what you want to see. Normally you have the you have a ring there and you would use it and it would turn those whiz robes, they would turn into slugs, and they wouldn't be anywhere near as like deadly as that. That's like the first room that they kind of throw you into that room with 4 whiz robes and one of the shadows, which like are really difficult to deal with. Oh, man. Yeah, that room right there is like... So I didn't get any ring drops. That's really bad. There's a couple rooms before there would have been basically a medicine drop that would have came up in a few rooms, but that room it gave me the business right there. That's unfortunate. That room is just like notorious. And I don't have a ring for it. Again. Alright, so I got that medicine drop there. I'm pretty low on health. I'm gonna go in for the quick kill on this boss that I came up with. Hopefully I can get it. No, I didn't get it. See, that's unfortunate. I tried to get all the 3 heads to group up together right at the beginning. I had it for a minute, and then they broke free, so I missed out on the quick kill there. It's a lot more consistent. I missed it there, but at this point of the game, this is the exact health amount that you need to have the good fire. So if I take damage once, I lose the good fire. So I have to kind of like maneuver through this area without taking any damage. And a lot of these crabs have like sporadic movement, and these guys, so like it's really difficult to do. I don't know, we lost it there. So what I was trying to do is, when you hit an enemy, it has iframes. What I was trying to do was basically hit the enemy and then walk through it while it didn't have a hitbox right there, to try to save time. It's like an advanced strat that I tried to do there, and then it backfired on me because I took damage from this fuzzy right here on that previous screen. So now, basically, like for a minute, I had the good fire. Now I don't. So it loses probably about 30 seconds to not have that in this dungeon, because there's 2 rooms where you need to kill all the enemies, and that good fire just like lays waste to the enemies when you hit them. So this whole entire run, I've like not gotten a ring, which is like really bad luck. You want to see one towards the end as well for Crypt 8. Hopefully, like it'll drop, because if I don't get that one, I have to fight a room with some pretty difficult enemies. So here I'm hoping to get a ring drop, which I didn't get. Still didn't get it. There's a couple more chances. It's getting thin on like where I can get another ring drop. But yeah, that's like really bad luck. Normally you see, you get some kind of ring. Like this whole run, I've gotten like no ring drops, which is really unlucky. So I gotta push a block in that room in the bottom right corner after killing all those. That's a ring drop, but I can't reach it. So that's like insult to injury. If it would have been the second snake, I would have been able to get to it, but I have to kill both of those snakes in that room to push a block to get into the center where that chest was, where the big key is. So if I had the good fire in that room, I would have been able to just basically like send out a couple of shots and potentially kill all the enemies like immediately. That's one of the major time saves of having the good fire. I took a lot of damage, so right now I have the boomerang fire, which is not like a good situation, but coming up on this boss, it has a quick kill involving the bombs, as well as the fire wand. So I'm gonna wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I waited for the crab to take 5. He can either go left or right. He gave me the left pattern, and so. If you're behind the crab, he's gonna have the sporadic movement where he like rushes towards you. If you go in front of the crab, he'll go like chase after you. So you lose a bunch of time to that boss if done incorrectly. This is the sky sphere. So this is the last 2 crypts of the game here. Because that enemy dropped a ring finally, so that's really good. You'll see like what I'm doing here a lot is like triggering the fire, then like walking through the enemies while they're stunned, because they can't do any damage while they take damage. So this is Crypt 8. This would be the final Crypt. We're doing them like in reverse order, so I'll have to do 7 after this. And I want to keep the good fire throughout this dungeon. And then the final, or the boss of this dungeon, you need to have it to get the quick kill. Oh. Okay, so. So I just picked up the bell, and that bell, basically every time you ring it, it opens up the door, whether or not like you do the requirements to open up that door. So like all these rooms where you need to kill enemies or push a block or anything like that, you can just ring the bell, and that'll open up the door without having to do that. So that saves a bunch of time going into like this dungeon and then the next dungeon, because you don't have to do like whatever you need to do to progress through every like right here. I'm gonna use the bell. So with the good fire right here, I'm able to stun lock this boss. This boss like is a complete headache if you don't kill right away. He opens and closes, like the only time you can hit him is when he opens up his shell. And if you don't stun lock him like that, he goes all over the room. He starts shooting out beams like in every direction. He like is a complete mess to deal with. So that that quick kill right there that I did with the fire rod is essential. So we're rolling deep, going into the final dungeon and the final boss here. Here, basically, I'm going to damage boost because I'm going to get a health upgrade. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a bunch of damage. And so this right here, I just picked up the strongest sword upgrade. That dishes out a ton of damage. And basically I'll be using, like, instead of the fire wand, I'll be using that to kill off enemies and bosses there. Yeah, that enemy right there was, like, blocking my way completely. Right, that's the last upgrade right there to complete the 100% requirement. I got maximum bomb capacity at 20. I got the best sword, the best armor, and the best shield now. So that finishes up the, like, 100% requirements by getting that. And you're seeing me, like, basically use the bell in every single room. It opens up the door, so I don't have to deal with the enemies that you would have to kill normally. Alright, so I'm coming up on the final boss, and then after killing the final boss, there's like a little bit of dialogue, and that's going to be time. There's an audio cue that I use for the boss. and I'm gonna try to force cycle him, but we'll see what happens. So I missed one hit on that first phase, so it's going to be a 5 cycle, but I just need to hit him one more time right there, and he's down. So that's Neutopia. Rolling deep, baby. The timing's coming up here on the fade out on the next scene there. But we saved the princess. We got it done. Rolling deep. And time. Woo! Yeah! All right, so I hope you're all enjoying NorthWest SpeedFest. There's plenty of runs. How many runs have we got left? We got runs throughout the day, and then so stay tuned for all those. And shout-outs to LANFest, shout-outs to Tyzy, shout-outs to Wyvern, shout-outs to everybody sleeping in the rolling deep basketball court.
We've got a $5 from anonymous donor. I love janitors and British TV network stations. Good luck with the marathon.